Hi Silem stars, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then please subscribe down below. It's free and it helps my channel grow. In today's video guys, I'm going to teach you how to make a cold shoulder puffy sleeve, okay? So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
So this is the dress that I'm going to be attaching my sleeve to. I'm just measuring the part of the armhole where I'm going to attach the sleeve. The lace part of the armhole is not going to have the sleeve, which makes it a cold shoulder. Now for the piece I'm going to use for my sleeve, the width is 10 inches and the length is 43 inches. Okay, so I just cut this for the two sleeves. Now I'm just folding this with about ½ inch, and then I'm just going to go ahead and sew that down. I already went ahead to weave all the sides so that it's very neat. So I'm just folding the bottom part as well because I'm going to be sewing that down. Okay, now after sewing that down, I'm just going to take my elastic. I'm using a 1/4 inch wide elastic. Now for the top part, I'm measuring 10 inches for the elastic. Okay, now this 10 inches works for most people, although if the person is slim or has an off shoulder less than 40 inches, you can actually use 9 inches for the elastic at the top. Now for the bottom part, the elastic I'm using is her round sleeve measurement plus 1 inch. So her round sleeve is 15 plus 1 inch, that's 16 inches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert this elastic into those channels created. Okay, so I'm just using my broomstick. I'm just tying the elastic to the broomstick with a piece of thread, and I'm just passing the 10 inches long elastic. I'm passing it through the top. Okay, so like I said, 9 inches or 10 inches works for the elastic for the top. Okay, but for the bottom you want to use your round sleeve measurements. Now you can also use a safety pin to insert your elastic. Okay, whatever works for you, just go ahead and insert the elastic into those channels. Now make sure you take out your safety pin or your broomstick, whatever it is you're using to insert your elastic, and then go ahead and pin the elastic to the end there so it doesn't fall back into the channel. Now for the bottom, I'm attaching the 16 inches long elastic through. Same process that I did for the top one. I'm just inserting the elastic all the way from one end to the other end. And I'm taking out my broomstick as well and then pinning the elastic to the end there so it doesn't fall back in. Now I'm going to go back with my sewing machine and then tack those four corners where my elastic is. Okay, so those parts where I pinned here, 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 and here, I'm going to go ahead and tack them. So that's what I'm doing now on my sewing machine. Okay, just make sure that you tack it very well so that it's secured and the elastic doesn't fall back into the channel. Make sure you take out the pins before you go ahead and tack it. Now this is what it looks like. Now I'm just going to fold this in half and then I'm going to go ahead and measure from the top there. Now remember when I measured the armhole where I was going to attach the sleeve to, when I measured that, what I had was 3 inches. So that's what I'm marking now. And then for the bottom part, I'm just measuring the round sleeve, which is 15 inches. But when it's folded, it's 7.5 inches. And then I just joined that with ½ inch seam allowance. Now I'm just turning this to the right side, okay? So this is what we have. Can you see the opening there? So we're going to attach that now to the armhole of our dress. Now make sure that you align the seam of the sleeve with the seam of the dress. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just pin that in place, and then the top part of the sleeve, I'm also going to pin that to the dress as well. I'm also going to pin the other part of the sleeve to the back part of the dress. Now when you're done, you see that your sleeve just sits nicely. Okay, so now just so that you can understand better, I'm going to show you what I just did, but a close-up version. Now make sure you align the seams together, pin that in place. Now pull the sleeve upwards towards the back, pin the top part of the sleeve to the back part of the dress, and then pull the other side, the other top part of the sleeve towards the front and pin that as well. Now, just the way you pinned it, you're just going to go ahead and just sew that from here to the center and all the way to the other end. Now I'm sewing this with half of an inch seam allowance. Make sure you tack it very well when you get to the part where the seam of the sleeve and the seam of the dress connects, okay? And also tack at the beginning and at the end so that everything is secure. And once you're done, this is what it looks like. Can you see? Very neat. Now we're going to have to finish off the rest of the armhole that our sleeve did not get to, okay? So we're going to use our bias tape and then just sew that part of the armhole that our sleeve did not get to, just to finish it off so it's nice and neat. So the bias I'm using is the same color with the lace, okay? So everything blends nicely. So to start off with, I'm just placing the right side of the bias on the right side of the dress and I'm just sewing it first. And then this is what it looks like. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this inward, okay, towards the wrong side of the dress and towards the wrong side of the armhole, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew it neatly down. So I'm going to sew from here to the top all the way to the bottom. Now because whatever I sew at this point, the color of my thread is going to show on the right side. Now as you can see, the color of the lace and the color of the dress are slightly different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew with the black thread on this part where I don't have the lace, okay? And then when I get to the point where my lace starts, which is a different color, which is cream, I'm going to change my thread to cream, okay? So just so that when you're looking at the wrong side, the thread that is showing matches with that part of the fabric, okay? So it's just these little details actually go a long way to making your work neat, okay? So don't just use a black thread all the way and then when you get to the cream lace, you're still using a black thread, okay? Try to use the thread that matches every part of your dress. Okay, so this is what it looks like up close. Very neat, guys. Can you see? And our sleeve also looks very neat as well. And this is the finished look, guys. I really love how this dress turned out. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.